Hello everybody, this is Baka Zombie. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG Live video. We're here today with a new deck. Now this deck isn't full on Stellar Crown, but Stellar Crown did give an old card something new to play with. Once again, this is a deck where it's like, we got a new toy. Let's try to see if we can get this to work a little bit more cohesively than it did before. And this is a deck I've been wanting to build for a while. I just never really had the chance to, and with the addition of Stellar Crown, this deck actually goes kind of crazy. Now this specific list, this is one that I just made. I kind of took ideas from other people and then also went through, and you can see this is a Torterra deck, so I went through the entire grass type roster to see what things I'd like to put in as little text. I might have cooked a little too hard. We'll see if that ends up playing out in the video, but like I said, we're doing a Torterra EX deck. Now, what does Torterra EX do that makes it so interesting to try out? Well, big HP pool, 340. That's going to be typical with a lot of the Stage 2 EXs. Higher HP pool because it takes you longer to get there. But it has two attacks. The second one we're not going to worry about too much. Jungle Hammer for 150 damage, heal 50 from this Pokemon. That's a nice heal, not a ton of damage, lots of energy, not going to be the most useful thing. But its first attack, which, can I point out something? The art on this Torterra, like, once it's big and in front of you, it's fine, but when it's small and on the screen, it looks like it takes two energies. Like, that little rock looks like a colorless energy when it's really far away. And it messed me up when I played against it. So I'm like, oh, they don't have enough energy, but it's only a single grass energy for its first attack. Forest March, it does 30 damage for each grass-type Pokemon in play. Now, typically, you would be able to fill up your bench with 5 grass-type Pokemon, and the Torterra in the active, making 6, so that'd be 6 times 30, 180. Good damage for a single energy, but it doesn't quite beat the threshold of a lot of mons that you're going to be trying to knock out. So, what did Torterra EX get that's going to help him out? Well, there's a new stadium card called the Era Zero Underdepths. For each player that has any Terra Pokemon in play, can have up to 8 Pokemon on their bench. If a player no longer has any Terra Pokemon in play, that player discards Pokemon from their bench until they have 5. When this card leaves play, both players discard Pokemon from their bench until they have 5, and the player who played this card discards first. So, that means we can have up to 8 Grass-type Pokemon on the bench, plus Torterra, that's 9. 9 times 3... if my math serves correctly, is 200 or it's 27, and then when it's the big numbers, it's 270 points of damage, which is huge. It KOs a ton of Pokemon outside of a lot of the Stage 2 evolutions, like Dragapult EX. Charizard EX is weak to grass, so it does KO Charizard. It misses the KO on Gardevoir, but that's still KOing a ton of Pokemon that you face off against, and we do have a little bit of a way to get around those bigger ones. But yeah, we're just going to be dealing out as much damage as we can by filling up our bench with grass-type Pokemon and then having Torterra Forest March all over the opponent. Now, there's a little bit of hiccup there. The Area Zero Underdepths, you need a Terra Pokemon for that to work. Torterra, though has Terra in the name, is not a Terra Pokemon. So how do we get around that? Well, there's another Grass-type EX that's a very, very good that is a Terra Pokemon. That is Teal Mask Ogerpon EX. You guys know this for its ability Teal Dance. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic Grass energy card from your hands to this Pokemon. If you attach the energy in this way, you may draw a card. So we got a little bit of a draw engine. We have the Terra Pokemon to expand our bench. And if Torterra goes down at any point, Myriad Leaf Shower, once we've powered up an Ogerpon, goes crazy. So that's what we've got for the main purpose of this deck. Torterra, Teal Mask Ogerpon, Zero Underdepths. Now, what's the supporting roster for this deck? Well, we're going to have quite a few grass types to look at. A lot of Torterra decks really just run a couple of supporting mons. I ran a couple extra, so we'll see if that ends up biting me in the butt, because there's a lot of like one-ofs, which isn't necessarily great, but I like the abilities that some of these mons bring. So, first off, we have the Radiant Tsareena. This is our Radiant Pokemon for the deck. With its ability, Elegant Heal, once during your turn, may heal 20 damage from each of your Pokemon, so just kind of a keeping things alive kind of stuff. We also have for healing Whimsicott with its ability Waft and Heal. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may heal all damage from your active grass Pokemon. If you healed any damage this way, discard all energy from that Pokemon. So with Torterra only having a single grass energy attached to it, if it's taking a ton of damage, it's getting low, we drop a Whimsicott onto a Cottonee waiting on the bench, heal that Torterra to fully, discard that energy, bring it back. So, or like heal it fully. So that's a big heal there. I do only have one of. I wanted to run two, but there's just so many cards in this deck. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that. We also are running the Rabsca, one-off of Rabsca and Rellor, with its ability Spherical Shield, prevent all damage from any effects of attacks, prevent all damage from and effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to your bench Pokemon. So this is stopping typical bench damage as well. This is one of the few cards that stops Dragapult or like Sableye, anything that places damage counters. Rabsca stops that as well. So that's important when we have a lot of little babies on our bench. We don't want Dragapult picking those things off while it's trying to take down the Torterra, so Rabsca is there to stop that. Another supporting Pokemon. This one's weird. I don't think it's a great addition to this deck, but I wanted to try it out because when else are we going to see it? We have Sawsbuck with its ability Changing Seasons. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a stadium card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So this is a great way to consistently get your Area 0 Underdepths if they're getting knocked off the field by your opponent's stadiums. You can just grab them out of your deck with the Sawsbuck. So I thought that might be fun. I wanted to try it out, see if it was worth it or not. We do have a VSTAR Pokemon in this deck. It is going to be Hisuian Lilligant V ASR. Its attack is okay for 3 energy. You may put an energy attached to this Pokemon into your hand. If you do so, this attack is 100 more damage, so 130 plus 100, 230. It's a lot of energy cost, though, so typically you're not going to attack with the Hisuian Lilligant, but its VSTAR ability, Star Perfume, during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 5 in any combination of Grass Pokemon and Grass Energy. Reveal them, put them in your hand, then shuffle your deck. So this is a good way to fill up your bench. It's a good way to grab energies for your Ogerpons. And it's a big hit one-off, and then it sits there on the bench and helps your Torterra boost up its attack. Hisuian Lilligant V-Star is also a good mod to discard if you lose your stadium. After you've used the V-Star, because then you don't have a big target hanging out on the bench. We do have one more main supporting mon. This is going to be Beautifly. We have run 2 Wurmple to Beautifly with this ability Stoked Straw. Once during your turn, you may draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. So a little bit better than a Babero, but it is a stage 2. But because Beautifly gives the boost to Torterra, kind of worth running. Outside of that, we have one that's like not a main supporter, but it can be useful. We do have Grotle as the mid-stage for Torterra, but its ability Sun-Drenched Shell. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a grass Pokemon. Reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your deck. Again, just a quick way to draw out grass-type Pokemon for your bench. Now we get to the trainers. Lots of trainers here. We see typical things. Iono, Arven, Rare Candy, Nest Ball, Boss's Orders, Ultra Ball, Counter Catcher, Switch, Super Rod. Super Rod helps us get back those Pokemon that are being discarded if our stadium goes away. We already talked about the Area 0 Underdepths. But for our A-Spec, we have Maximum Belt. This is a card that, when attached to a Pokemon, you do 50 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon EX. This is a good way for a Torterra to secure a couple more of those KOs, because this brings us to 320 damage if our bench is full. Which KOs Dragapult, which KOs Gardevoir. Those are the other big 2 that were missing other than Charizard. Pidgeot, and KO Pidgeot as well. So the Maximum Belt is there to secure those big EX KOs that Torterra misses out on. We also have Bug Catching Set. For these, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal up to 2 in any combination of Grass Pokemon and Basic Grass Energy cards you find there. Put them in your hand, shuffle your cards back into your deck. Lots of Grass-type Pokemon. We have 25 of them. 6 Grass Energies. Bug Catching Set really easily to hit. So that is the deck. We're going to try it out in a couple of battles here. If you guys want to try the deck out for yourself, there is the card list in the description below. And let me know what things you would change. I think There might be just a few too many supporting Pokemon in this deck. Maybe drop the Whimsicott. Might be the best thing, but I like that big heal potential, so I don't know. I don't know. Sawsbuck might be the most likely thing to drop, because I think the Stadium draw isn't as good as I think it's going to be, but that's where these battles come in, to see where the weaknesses are. So let's find some. Alright, we choose a coin to flip. We always choose tails, we always lose. You guys aren't aware of this, but this is the first time I've been able to use this camera and not have a second light source on. Usually, like, I'm gray and dark, but it was just perfect this time when I turned it on, so I don't know what changed. Do you want to go first? I think we do with this deck. Again, we're not going to be attacking first anytime. Like, obviously, there is the additional benefit of getting to play supporters on turn 2, but I don't think we need it. We don't need it. I think I'd throw up Deerling as a little scapegoat, or scape deer, if you will. Oh, it's Roaring Moon. Okay. The nice thing about Roaring Moon, they're weak to grass types. So we can put down a Cottonee, we can put down a Turtwig, we can Nest Ball for a Ogerpon EX, we can Bug Catching Set, and we get to grab 2. So we can grab a Grass Energy and another Ogerpon. Put down an Ogerpon. We can Teal Dance. The Grass Energy on there. And we do get an Area 0 Underdepths. But I don't want to play right now because I don't need it getting discarded for no reason. So we'll just end our turn. It's not looking amazing for us next turn, but we just have to hope that our top draw is pretty good. We're going to say Nest Ball. I assume my opponent's going to be able to set up in a way that's going to allow them to attack right away, which will be unfortunate. The 2 rare candies in our hand kind of sucks. One would be nice, but we see the Ancient Booster Energy Capsule and just a single attach to end the turn. This gives us some extra time, which is nice. To get a Grotle. The Grotle doesn't have... Oh, wait. Search your deck for grass Pokemon, reveal it, put in your hand. I mean, I can at least get a Torterra for next time, if that's what I want to do. Or I could get... I think getting Hisuian Lilligant would be better, because then we can grab the VSTAR next turn, and then, like, get a bunch of cards that we need, right? Let's do that. Let's grab a Hisuian Lilligant. And we can end the turn here. It's unfortunate that we didn't get to do much else outside of that, but they're also kind of just hanging out right now. So they get the second attach, but they don't have any... Yeah, they're just going to kill the Deerling. That's fine. That's fine. I don't need the Deerling right now, and I can always super rot it back in later if I really want. Do you need to be on the bench? No. I'm going to go for the Torterra here. See what we can get. We get another Ogerpon. Teal mask it up here. And then we can Sun-Drenched Shell to grab the VSTAR. That's not the VSTAR. That's the V. We want the VSTAR. Don't throw, please. Put down the VSTAR. Use its ability, Star Perfume. And grab, choose up to 5 in combination of any grass Pokemon. Torterra. And grass energy cards. We have 3 Ogerpon. Come on. Cool, we can do all the draw then. So now we evolve to Torterra. Torterra could already KO here. But let's see what our Ogerpons can get off of this. Another grass energy. Teal Dance. And can we stop getting useless cards, please? Teal Dance. Got a Beautifly. So don't need to play the Area 0 Underdepths yet because we literally can't get any more mons. But Forest March already does 360 damage because it's super effective against this Roaring Moon. That thing's gone. Gonzo Bonzo. My opponent not getting like the turbo start that deck usually can get really helped because I needed a couple of extra turns. But Grotle coming in play there. Grotle saved us, in all honesty. Which is not something I thought I'd say. We're going to see the Pheasantipity. Which they're going to be able to draw 3 off of this. But that's fine. Night Stretcher for Dark Energy. Oh, they're going to grab the Roaring Moon back. Do you have enough to get... I mean, even so, that does 8. It's going to do 90 damage now. So it's not nearly enough to KO Torterra. See the Great Tusk come out. That's fine if they want to start milling with Great Tusk. I have both my Super Rods in my hand. So we're good to go on that accord. You'll see the Vengeance Fletching. Doesn't do nearly enough damage. And I think I can go another turn without having to grab Whimsicott quite yet. Can do a Teal dance with this Ogerpon. Which will give us another Torterra. I'm going to save the Ultra Ball in my hand so I can grab Whimsicott when I need it. Do I need... I guess I could go for... Wurmple here. Or even Radiant Tsareena. I don't really need Radiant Tsareena now. Let me grab Wurmple for that additional draw. I guess if I grab Radiant Tsareena, though, it's a little more helpful. So let's Ultra Ball. I'm going to drop a Rare Candy. And a Torterra, because I can Super Rod the Torterra back in if I need it. I'll grab the Tsareena. Play the Tsareena. Once during your turn, so I'll Elegant Heal to heal up Torterra a little bit, Ski. And then who's all in the discard? Just Torterra and Deerling right now. So Torterra can Forest March all over this Roaring Moon, KO it. That's another prize card. I'd love to find a boss's order so I could grab that Pheasantipity. But I might save it as like the final prize card. Or the final 2 prize cards. So the Great Tusk is going to come forward. See, a Dark Attach. They're going to try and Land Collapse me. Does the Land Collapse get rid of the stadium? If you played it... No, it's the Ancient Supporter one. There's one of the Great Tusks that interact with the stadium, I think. And I always think it's this one, but it's if you play an Ancient Supporter. Or any supporter. Ancient Supporter. And which they did. They got the Professor Saw this turn, so they're going to be able to do 4 discards. Another Great Tusk. I think they're just going all out in this land collapses. Well, that's fine because again, that's why I kept my Super Rods, right? Another Rare Candy, a Grotle. All of that's fine, honestly. Let me do another heal on my Torterra. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go after the Whimsicott because they're just not doing damage to me right now. So I don't really need to worry about it. Let me Bug Catching Set. See what we can grab here. Grab Sawsbuck. Oh, we can grab both these guys. I don't know that they have a stadium to get rid of mine. So I don't know that I have to, like, int on the Deerling. To have 6 cards. How many cards do I have? 5? I got Super Rod here. Grab Deerling, Grotle, Torterra. Get them suckers back in. Then I guess I can just grab 2 cards off the Stoked Straw. Which gets me an Iono and an Arven. They have 8 cards in their hands. They KO'd Deerling, so it'd bring them down to 5. Not that I think that's really helpful. I guess I can Arven here? I can Arven for a Nest Ball. And the Maximum Belt. Not that I don't think there's any cards in this deck that I need Maximum Belt for, but just in case. And then we'll Nest Ball for the Deerling, so they aren't getting rid of my Deerling again. And I can Maximum Belt. I mean, I might as well Maximum Belt. Force March will just KO the Great Tusk because we're doing our max damage of 270. Taking these one prize card at a time. Turtwig! I would have liked a spot to have a Turtwig for, but also all of our grass energies are out there right now. So if I can find my boss's orders, that would be kind of great. Also, a nice thing about Beautifly is we can Iono ourselves and then draw additional. So, like, Ionoing ourselves isn't the worst thing in the world. So they do manually attach with Great Tusk. They don't have any dark energies left, it looks like. I'm gonna flip the script. They got to hunt for the Professor Sawthos at this point, which they get. So now the land collapse can do more, or knock off more cards. They get a bunch of extra cards, but I can super rod anything back that I would need, right? Or not even that I would need, just to keep my deck full. I just hope he doesn't land collapse my boss's orders. That would be annoying. Because that, I mean, it'd take extra turns, right? Okay, a couple of Area 0 Underdepths, which kind of Underdepths, which kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Radiant Tsareena can heal another 50. I do have 3 Mons in there, so if I want a Super Rod, I can. But they don't have another Great Tusk, right? So I don't need to do that. I can also evolve Deerling into Sawsbuck. And then I can Iono, which also helps thicken my deck a little bit and gets rid of a ton of their cards. And I grab my other Iono instead of a boss orders. But now we can Beautifly with the Soak Straw. There we go. We got our boss's orders for next turn. So we can just KO this Great Tusk and then grab the Pheasant Deputy next turn. We can also Bug Catching Set for fun. Oh, we can get our Whimsicott finally. And grab Rabsca, I guess. Doesn't really matter. And then we can Forest March. I guess I could have used Sawsbuck to grab my last Area 0 Underdepths so it doesn't just randomly get discarded. But even if they bring me down to 5, with my Maximum Belt, I can KO the Pheasant Deputy. Now, I've healed so much off the Torterra, I don't think this Roaring Moon can do anything. Okay, they're going to counter catch her up. Probably an Ogerpon, I'd assume. I do have my Switch if they're trying to get something stuck in the active, but I don't think they are. I think they're just going for a KO here. Oh, they're going after the Radiant Tsareena. Okay. That's fine. The Area 0 Underdepths, that sucks a little bit. Get rid of you. I can keep my Sawsbuck so I can grab another one. I don't need Cottonee. Am I gonna regret getting rid of Beautifly? I've super rotted, so I wouldn't be able to... frick it, you know? Get rid of that. That's fine. Flip the script. It's gonna get them 3 more cards. Pokestop is going to power up their Roaring Moon a little bit more. Unless they have another counter catcher or boss's orders, they can't pull my Torterra back up. KO and my Tsarena's fine. I do have a Hisuian Lilligant V, so I can get 6 times 3 is 180. Yeah, it's enough to KO Pheasant Deputy. And Sawsbuck can also grab out my thing, my last Underdepths. I just need them not to Iono me, because I don't think they've played a supporter yet. Ooh, the Raging Moon EX. Is that thing weak to grass? I can't remember. It's always a coin toss if the dark types are weak to fighting or grass. Okay, they don't even play it down. They're going to KO my Tsareena, but this is all fine. This is all fine. I bring up Torterra. Oh, we didn't even need to use Sawsbuck. We had the Sawsbuck and didn't even need to use it. Bloody hell. Let me grab a Teal Mask Ogerpon. I don't think I need to do any of this, but I just want to ensure that I don't need to, right? Bossor is up the Pheasant. And this will do 260, which is more than enough. We would have done enough damage without our belt even, right? So a little bit of a slower march, but we put them in a position where it was really hard for them to KO Torterra, especially when we started healing. And they started going for the land collapse, but we had Super Rod to cover for that. So first game, first win. We got lucky that they also had a kind of slow start, so we were able to take an additional turn to get in position. So yeah, hopefully my camera didn't mess up in between that. I'm going to check, but we're going to get another battle here. All right. Our opponent chooses the coin flip this time. They did choose heads. I'm finally looking at the coin flips. Not that it really matters if I read their coin flips or not, but it is tails, so I get to choose. Going first worked last time, so let's try it again. Not really any supporters I necessarily need to play turn one. I mean, Arven would be nice turn one, right? But we got all of our Ogerpons and a grass energy. We did get an Arven, but oh, come on now. I'm gonna do this. So I might need to... Oh, it's a Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon is weak to grass. So that's good. Another Arven. So I could Ultra Ball away Ogerpon. Here, let me Teal Dance first. We get the Torterra. So I would really like to get Turtwig this turn. So I'm going to Ultra Ball away an Arven and a Ogerpon. Kind of sucks, but we can Super Rod him back. Sucks having to Ultra Ball for Turtwig, but here we are. Turtwig. And then we can get to Torterra next turn. We can end. Torterra. Even with the 4 on the field. 120, 240. So we have enough Pokemon right now to knock out Roaring Moon. It's just getting a grass energy for Torterra, right? You see the Pokestop. That's fine. Gonna get rid of Squawk and a Professor Sawdust. And a Night Stretcher for that Squawk. Yeah. Wait, didn't you already? No, I went first. I went first. I was gonna say, didn't you already go? And which energy was that? Gift? Yeah, Gift energy. So a pretty good chance I KO your Roaring Moon next turn. Gonna Pokegear, get a Professor Sawdust. Roaring Moon's 1 energy away from being able to attack. I don't think you'll be able to get it this turn though. Petra Run, unless you force something forward in Dark Patch. And then, can you do this more than once a turn? Or is it only once? It's only once. I'm gonna Poke Catcher. Leave my Turtwig alone. Yeah, Tails. There's the Squawk and Seize. Oh, that's a lot of dark energies. And an Earthen Vessel and a Pokegear. Yikes. See the Ancient Booster energy. Why'd you put it on Squawk? I think they meant to put it on Roaring Moon. Because it's just a waste on Squawk. See the Binding Mochi onto Baby Moon. And the Trekking Shoes. Dark Patch. So they're able to get a Dark Energy onto their Baby Moon. Okay. Next turn, Baby Moon can attack. Grab a Rabsca, which isn't my favorite thing. I kind of want a Pokestop. Yes. Yeah, that was a bad Pokestop. I wanted to see if I got lucky and hit the rare candy off that, or like a super rod, so then I could Arven for the other card. But now this is real bad, right? Because I don't have any energies. If they somehow get my Torterra the active and do their big, not Calamity Storm, gouging, frenzied gouging, kind of sucks for me. Yeah, hitting the Bug Catching Set too would have been really nice. But alas, we top decked Rabsca and then Pokestopped our Stadium and a Beautifly and a Sawsbuck. Ugh. Bad, bad. Pokestop. Oh, they get 2 cards. Oh no, not Pokecatcher. Leave my Torterra alone, please. Leave my Torterra alone, Tails. Thank you. God, back in my day, Pokecatcher just was boss's orders, but better because it was an item. And then they nerfed it. Let's get the PAL pad. Get back some Sadas, of course. They're just gonna Calamity Storm, which I think KOs if you discard the Stadium, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's the case. Okay, I need a Grass Energy here, please. There's the supporting Mon screwing me over. There's no way out of this, right? Yeah, unfortunately, that's just a concede. Yeah, so, like, that's moments where things like that are going to happen, right? When you have extra supporting mons in there like that, they will gum up the works sometimes. So, that might be reasons to drop the Whimsicott and the Rabsca. I just like them. So, we're going to try one more time. See if that works a little bit better. Otherwise, I will suggest just dropping those. Alright, well, it's 2 tails, we always lose. I also didn't really explain why I just conceded there. Oh, we actually got heads. You know what? I'm going to go second this time, see if that works a little bit better. This is testing ground right now. But yeah, I conceded because they were going to be able to one-shot the Torterra with that Raging Moon attack. Roaring Moon attack. And then I would have had nothing. I would have had a Wurmple and a Ogerpon with no energies on it. So, speaking of an Ogerpon with no energies, we have the opposite of that. We actually have, like, this is a really good opening hand. This would have been a good, like, turn 1 hand, but... Okay, we're going to see an Ogerpon for my opponent. It's going to be Raging Bolt, maybe? Or something cheeky like me. Earthen Vessel. That might be a... Oh, it is Raging Bolt. Earthen Vessel might be a card worth putting into here. But I think the Bug Catching set is supposed to be covering that. We just unfortunately didn't get any Bug Catching sets. See another Ogerpon. Teal Dance. Yeah. That's the reason why you choose if you go first or second before you see your opening hand. Because if I would have seen this, I would have gone first every time. No supporter. We could have gotten all set up. But now my opponent gets to get all set up. And they probably just blast my Ogerpon with a Raging Bolt next turn, right? Nest Ball. For the Raging Bolt. And they pass the turn. But they can very easily just get the Raging Bolt going next turn, right? Especially with the energy in the discard. I do have an Iono, though. Iono. Haha, got him. Alright, Bug Catching Set. Can get us a Turtwig. I guess a Deerling. I don't really need the Hisuian Lilligant right now, especially because I'm probably going to Iono here. I can play a Deerling. I can play a Turtwig. I can Teal Dance. I can dance if I want to. I can leave my friends behind. Okay, that's just stupid Lilligant showed up anyway. Nest Ball here. I assume we'll Nest Ball for an Ogerpon. Or maybe we Nest Ball for the VSTAR. The V. I think the V, like, sets everything up really nicely. So let's grab the Hisuian Lilligant V. I'm going to manually attach Grass Energy to Turtwig, and then we're going to Iono. Got another Bug Catching Set, which I don't have a Wurmple down. Would you not have a Wurmple down? I guess I can Turtwig. I got a second Turtwig, so I could also Grotle with that Turtwig. And also Ultra Ball for an Ogerpon this turn, but I don't really want to discard any of these. Raging Bolt's gonna KO me this turn. Ultra Ball away. I don't need Beautifly right now. Don't need Beautifly right now because I don't have a Wurmple out, so I might as well throw it in the discard for when I have a Super Rod. Sawsbuck. Well, I mean, cool if we didn't already have the stadium in our hand. Yeah, Sawsbuck might be the play to get rid of. Like, I like the idea of being able to grab the stadium whenever we want, especially later in the game when our stadium's getting discarded. But I think it just gums things up, unfortunately. A little too much for what value it gives. Because you could also kind of remedy this by just playing Chorus's Tenacity instead. Which will also allow you to get... I forget the other kind of card. I think it's Energy. I think Chorus's Tenacity gets you Energy. So maybe drop the Deerling Sawsbuck for 2 Chorus Tenacities. Because they do the same thing, but on the supporter instead. I don't know. Missing 3 Ogerpons, 2 Raging Bolts. My opponent's looking pretty nice over there. Do they have a way to get Professor Saw this turn, though? And Teal Dance... Pokegear. They find it with that. Yeah, well, Raging Bolt's gonna attack me this turn, KO my Ogerpon. Which really sucks. So we need like a really good top deck here, essentially. I guess what I could do is Arven for an Ultra Ball to grab the VSTAR Lilligant. But we aren't getting to Torterra next turn no matter what, right? And we get to Bellowing Thunder. We have to discard, what, 3 energy? Yeah, exactly, 3 energy to do 210. So they can still attack the following turn, because they don't have to discard any from the active... Well, they didn't have to discard any from the active Raging Bolt, but they might as well, because Professor Sala would power it back up anyway. Huh! I'd have to get really lucky to get a Torterra this turn. Guess I could attack with Ogerpon? Let's see. I don't love that idea, but that might be what we have to do. So let's see. Grab another Ogerpon. I don't like any of this, really. I do have to Arven. Oh, actually, hold on. I just had a little bit of a brain blast. Ah, never mind. Our ace spec is prized. I was going to grab that and put it on Ogerpon to secure the KO, but fortunately it looks like that's not going to be the case. I guess I could really Gamba and go with the Bug Catching Set. Or no, I have to hit the Hisuian Lilligant this turn, or I just lose. So an Ultra Ball away a Sawsbuck and a Stadium, which really hurts my heart and my soul, but Star Perfume. So this way we can grab... We have 2 Turtwigs down? Yeah. We can grab Grotle. We only have 2 grass energies left. That's really bad. That's really bad. I can thin my deck a little bit by using Sundren's Shell. Grab a Wurmple. Sundren's Shell. To grab. Who else would be useful here? Maybe the Cottonee. But what then I can do is Teal Dance. Grabs me a Bug Catching Set. So I can grab another Wurmple. And then just manually attach. I only do 150. That kind of sucks. But it ensures my Torterra KOs next turn, right? Because Torterra wouldn't do enough damage without the stadium. But I really need a Super Rod soon because all my grass energies are going to be gone here. Yeah, Torterra's in the same HP bracket, technically. It's in the same HP bracket as Dragapult for cards that Raging Bolt needs to discard. So they need to discard 5 to KO Torterra, which, because they only have to discard 3 here, is still going to be really doable for them next turn. So this turn you discard the 2 off of the Raging Bolt in the active, and then just 1 off of a Ogerpon. Bravery Charm on the back Raging Bolt. So even with my Stadium, I don't KO that Raging Bolt. I need to get my maximum band from my prize cards to be able to KO that one. Yeah, and they could just discard all the energy off the Raging Bolt here, and then they have 5 hanging out in the back for the Torterra. So I need to get, like... Well, no, I mean, they just win. They just win at this point, right? Because they KO the Ogerpon, and then they can KO the Torterra next turn. Unless they mess up this discard, which I don't think they will. Yeah, that's all they had to do. Oh, I hate facing Raging Bolt. It's such a good deck, and it's so fast. I mean, we'll just play it out. But, yeah, we've lost at this point, because they just KO with whatever they want next turn. Now, there's an interesting thought. I don't know that it helps, though, is the problem. Especially because we didn't get anything really useful, right? I needed my Super Rod this turn, essentially. So I can pull up an Ogerpon, which would leave them with 3 energies, but they could very easily just get 2 more energies. That's the crazy thing about Raging Bolt. It's so easy for it with Ogerpon. It's so easy for it to get 5 energies. It's insane. I mean, let's Grotle here. Again, I don't think we have an out, but we might as well look, right? Yeah, like I can grab Beautifly, but I don't have. I mean, Wurmple went down this turn anyway, so it's not like I could evolve even if I had the Rare Candy. Yeah. Getting rid of the Stadium, too, really sucks. Because, like, if we had this... Well, even if we had the Stadium, we still needed our Maximum Belt to KO the Raging Bolt. Because it has that stupid Bravery Charm on it. Yeah, I mean... I'll get the KO with Torterra. But it's just going to be so easy for them to... I don't even get the KO with Torterra, because we only do 180. That sucks. Yeah, it's just Forest March. Let's do the damage. Let them KO us. Yeah, like I had to go for the Hisuian Lilligant, but we probably, at the end of the day, had a better chance of winning if I would have tried to Bug Catching Set for it instead of Ultra Balling, because then we would have had the Stadium. I mean, we were still playing so far behind, right? Again, I think going turn 2 really screwed us over, but that was just because of the hand. Like, we could have gotten a really bad hand, and then going turn 2 would have been better, but unfortunately, we had a really good turn 1 hand. Let's do one more, I think. Just because that middle game was so quick, right? Let's do one more. Let's do one more. I wanna get this ironed out. Let's do this. All right, my opponent's choosing the coin toss. So I think I'm already accepting that all the supporting mons are just a waste of time. Sawsbuck, Rabsca. As much as I love Dragapult, it's not common enough to have Rabsca be useful when it's taking up 2 spaces in the deck, 2 cards in the deck, right? You don't fight Dragapult enough for that to be a valuable card. We mulligan somehow. So drop the Sawsbuck, drop the Rabsca. Get what did I suggest that we put in here instead? Can't remember now. I'm gonna put the Ogerpon out front. I forget who's going first. I think my opponent won the coin toss. Yeah, they're going. No, they're not going first. That's their mulligan card. It is the Gardevoir deck. I kind of assumed. I do go first. Okay, cool. Okay, we got a Turtwig. See, this is a really good opening hand again. So I'm glad we got it this time. We can grab a Hisuian Lilligant and a Wurmple. Roller actually stops Screamtail, so that might be something we want to do. Unfortunately, we can't Teal dance this turn. Like the lack of finding grass energies has been really annoying. So I think Earthen Vessels would be helpful, because like Bug Catching Set is supposed to do that, but it's not doing it as often as I need it to. But we can Hisuian Lilligant, so Deerling. We could Deerling or Roller. I think Deerling is going to be more helpful here. Or another Turtwig. Are 2 of our Turtwigs prized? 2 of our Turtwigs are prized. I'm going to grab Deerling. I want Deerling to work once. And we can Ultra Ball for Hisuian Lilligant next turn. And then, like, do a bunch of power-up stuff. So, that's the plan. That's the current plan. They won't be able to Screamtail my bench this turn. So, we can wait on Roller for a little bit. Buddy. We see a Mimikyu. Okay. Mimikyu usually aren't running Gardevoir decks, but, I mean, it fits right in with everybody, right? It's a good way to stop EXs from attacking. So Torterra can't attack the Mimikyu. So either I'm just going to have to play around the Mimikyu the entire time, or I'm going to have to power something else up. And it can't be the Ogerpon or the Hisuian Lilligant. So who... You going to slap me? No, you're going to retreat. Okay. Into the Mimikyu? Yeah. Who's going to be able to attack Mimikyu in this deck? I'm going to have to look when I Ultra Ball here. Iono's fun. Yeah, let's Ultra Ball to discard Ultra Ball and Counter Catcher. Let's see. You're not going to be good. I could Seed Bomb. Honestly, Whimsicott might be the best way to do that. Sawsbuck, that's way too much energy. Yeah, that's way too much energy. I mean, you one-shot, but that's way too much energy. Roller does 30, but does 10 damage. Oh, wait, hold on. Psychic will only be useful if Mimikyu is actually attacking. Grotle's too many energies. Could Beautifly. Beautifly KOs. So that might honestly be what I set up to KO the Mimikyu with. So we put down the Lilligant, and I'm going to Iono before I do what I was going to do. Okay, we grab a Whimsicott, we grab another Wurmple, and an Area 0 Underdepths. Gardevoir usually doesn't play a Terramon, so that we're free to do that. You can also Teal dance. Another Ogerpon. The Ogerpon. Then with Hisuian Lilligant, we're gonna start perform. Get. We have Deerling down, right? Yeah, we have Deerling down. So we could get Grotle. Let's grab a Grotle. Let's grab a Beautifly. Let's grab 2 Grass Energy. I could grab 3 if I really wanted. Or I could get Roller started. I think I'm gonna get Roller started. So we're at the point where we're gonna eventually start have to worry about Screamtail. Let's Area 0 Underdepths. Let's put down a Roller. Let's put a Rare Candy to evolve Wurmple into Beautifly. Let's evolve Turtwig into Grotle. Grotle can Sun-Drench Shell to grab Sawsbuck. In case I get rid of my Stadium. Evolve into Sawsbuck. Manually attached to the Beautifly. I could Teal Dance, but I need that Grass Energy for Beautifly. I'll put down another Wurmple just in case this Beautifly somehow gets destroyed. And then we can Stoke Straw. Grab a couple extras. Ooh, we do grab a Nest Ball. Do I want a Nest Ball here? What other mons do I need? I mean, let's check it out there. Let's find what we got in here. We Cottonee. Oh, Radiant Tsareena. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. Honestly, we can end the turn here. We can end the turn here because next turn Beautifly will be able to KO Mimikyu. Curlia. We'll have to see if this is the Turbo Gardevoir where they run rare candies, because if they can get Gardevoir this turn, that would be bad. Okay, that's why I wanted Tsareena, because Monkey Dory, I assume, was coming out at some point. Arven, oh no, is this Turbo Guard? Please don't show me the rare candy. Because if they do that, Screamtail will be a... Okay, Bravery Charm, thank you. I was gonna say, Screamtail would be able to KO Beautifly, and then what would I do, right? The Bravery Charm on the Mimikyu will be in... Actually, no, no, I only do 70. I was like, oh, I do 120. Who was I thinking that did 120? Stupid Mimikyu. Alright, Dark Energy onto the Monkey Dory. And I mean, if they KO my Beautifly, they would have to have enough energy on Mimikyu that Roller would be able to KO it back. I mean, Rabsca would be able to KO it. 2 Arvens, a Switch, and a Grass Energy. I can attach Grass Energy to Beautifly. I can use Grotle, Sun-Drenched Shell, to find Rabsca. They can't stack my bench. Does Arven help me here? I mean, I might as well play it though, right? Arven 4. I'm gonna grab the Bug Catching Set and the Maximum Belt. Bug Catching Set. I get a Grass Energy. Come here. And a Torterra. I don't want to evolve Grotle this turn. Only because I want to be able to Sun-Drenched Shell next turn. And I don't want to Teal Dance because I need to keep this Grass Energy for whether it's for Torterra or Rabsca. So let's just play the Switch. And Beautifly can become the active. And Beautifly can Mega Drain. It won't KO. And somebody messaged me on Discord. Yeah, they have more than enough energy to do what they need to do. They'll be able to KO Beautifly here if they really want. Let's see. Bumblescum. Shouts out Bumblescum. Messaging me on Discord. I'll message him later. He might start doing TCG videos, so keep an eye out for that, I guess. I guess. Probably Ultra Ball for guard here. You want guard to start setting things up, right? Ooh, the canceling cologne, interesting. So the Drifloon, there's the guard. So you can power up Screamtail. Screamtail for thankfully can't attack my bench, so it has to attack Beautifly. Which I say thankfully, that's not awesome because then what do I do after that, right? God, and I used my Switch, so now Torterra is going to be impossible to get out of the active spot too. I almost need my boss's orders next turn. This is why I run Lost Vacuum in my decks. Because Bravery Charm is so freaking annoying to deal with. They're going to move damage counters off the Mimikyu to the Beautifly. Not that you needed to do that, because Screamtail's going to be able to easily KO. Oh, you're going to put it on the Mimikyu. Why? The Mimikyu doesn't KO me. Oh, you are retreating. It's a very... I guess maybe they didn't know they couldn't KO me? Because they didn't need 2 energies on the Mimikyu. But also, I can't do anything about the Mimikyu. Is the biggest problem we're going to be having. Because I believe there was only 1 switch in this deck. And Torterra has got such a huge retreat cost. Yeah, they're going to get rid of my freaking stadium too. I knew that was coming. Can I look at my hand? I do have an Area 0 Underdepths. So we can get rid of Sawsbuck, we can get rid of Lilligant. I need to get rid of 1 more. Honestly, Ogerpon. Ogerpon with the grass energy on it it's not going to be helpful with it having the grass energy on it. I need that grass energy for somebody else. So I need to get into discard so I can super rot it. Attack my bench like a dingus. No, they attacked the Beautifly. Yep. I have to go Rabsca. I can counter catcher here to get rid of the Mimikyu. Let me Sun Drenched. Grab an Ogerpon. The Cottonee might have been better. I could have also Artisaned here. Do I have 2 Beautiflies in the discard or just 1? Just 1. I didn't remember seeing the other one. I could be wrong. But we have to Arven. Show all my cards because I want to see if that Beautifly is just in here. It's not. So one of the Beautiflies is in the thing. Also, Counter Catcher's not here. Did I throw that away early? I think I did. Yeah, I thought I remembered seeing it. Damn it, I needed that. What do I Arven for then? Super Rod. Touch of Grass Energy here. Super Rod for Beautifly and 2 Grass Energies. And Psychic will KO here, but I just get blasted backwards by the Mimikyu next turn. That's unfortunate, but again, I can't afford Torterra to be stuck in the active when the Mimikyu's hanging around. And I only have 1 boss orders in here and 1 switch. I don't think there's another switch. I can't remember. That's what happens when you build a deck right before the video. You don't remember what cards are in your damn deck. I'm pretty sure there's only 1 switch, though. The other problem becomes is that Mimikyu could just hang out now. Because it's just going to KO the Rabsca. I'm trying to think if there's any basic grass mons that aren't EXs that have low attack costs. Because this is really annoying, right? I mean, this doesn't happen often, but when it does, you just kind of auto-lose to it. I'm just trying to think of what other grass types would be useful for that situation. Like, Rabsca's fine, but again, if you suddenly can't do anything... pull my Torterra out. So I don't really have a way to accelerate energy in this deck. Because the whole idea of the deck is that Torterra only needs a single energy to attack, but again, you get things like this. We'll look at grass-type Pokemon after this to see if there's anything of use. Because, like, you could also run Gardenia's Vigor, right? But we've already had problems just getting grass energies in our hand. So, Earthen Vessel is good things to look at for this deck. Maybe Gardenia's Vigor, but I don't think so. But, like, a basic, easy attacking grass Pokemon. Just, like, 1 of, or maybe 2 of for Mimikyus. I honestly don't even know what we do at this point. We might just be stuck again. Sun-Drenched Shell. What will this get me? Nothing? I could grab Beautifly, but I don't have a Rare Candy. Bump you. Evolve into Torterra. Let me Elegant heal. And that's the thing too. That this monk, even if I get another, Beautifly powered up in time, he's gonna heal all the damage off of Mimikyu, and he can also just like switch into Drifloon whenever he wants. So. Yeah. It's a fun deck, but it's just so hard to fight against other decks, right? And we got the Beautifly. Again, not that that helps, but it is here. He's like, yeah, cool. Dude, don't patronize me. And you don't have the jump left. The Drifloon. You don't have the Screamtail to KO me off the bench. Okay, I do get the other grass energy, so I can knock out the Mimikyu next turn, hee hee, but I also need a way to switch out. Super Rod. Super Rod, grab 2 grass energies. And I might want to just Super Rod, grab Roller and Rabsca and a grass energy, but that's my last Super Rod too. So now there is a grass energy in the discard. There's one here, there's one here. So that's 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 more grass energies hanging around. I need 1 for Torterra and 1 to get the stupid Ogerpon out of the active. So, you know, yes, I think that's the end of my turn, unfortunately. That is the end of my turn. Yeah, the more annoying thing is Gardevoirs typically don't have a Mimikyu in their deck, so this is just one that's hanging out in here randomly, and it's completely walling us. So this video is going to go a lot longer than I wanted it to, because we're just getting stalled now. I'm gonna Adrena Brain off the Mimikyu. Or are you Adrena Brain off the Gardevoir? No, you would attach another energy if you want to do that, because you want the max. Yeah, you'd want to move it off Mimic. Oh, you moved off the Gardevoir. Okay. That is interesting. Because that puts me in a position where Beautifly can KO Mimikyu. Unless it retreats. And that's the thing, right? They can always just put something else in the active. And I have to attack it with Beautifly. Because I can't afford to have Torterra stuck in the active. So maybe more switch cards in this deck would be nice. Or even like, Big Air Balloon, I think it's called. You could put that on one of your lower retreat cost mons. Oh, cool, we'll get Iono. That's fine, Beautifly. Beautifly's good at searching, or not searching, but grabbing a bunch of cards. I'm doing a Rabsca. These are a bunch of bad cards to have in our hand. Is my boss's orders prized? Is that something that's been happening to us? It's either in the deck or prized, and I haven't seen it in the deck lately. Bloom Blast, enough to KO. Just enough to KO, actually. Yeah, they were like, oh, your Terra Pokemon died, but I have 2 more. Do I just send Torterra in and go for it? Not the card we needed, buddy boy. It's really bad, actually. That's actually really bad. Alright. Beautifly, give me an energy. Hey! Oh, and the boss's orders? Hold the phone. If Torterra wasn't stuck in the active. But... Hold on. We can at least take 3 prize cards, right? I hope. Forest March. KO you. Then you just bring in the Mimikyu, right? Give me some good. Turtwig is not what I wanted. I don't know what I even want out of the prize cards, because, again, boss's orders, we only have 1 of. I wanted 2 boss's orders in a year. I had 2 boss's orders on the list, but then I dropped it. Having 2 boss's orders here would actually save us, because we would KO that. Well, no, it wouldn't save us necessarily, because we're able to KO that Drifloon, and then we're going to be able to KO the Gardevoir, and then we're going to be able to KO one other thing. If we had a second boss orders, which wouldn't be a Gardevoir, I'd assume. If it was, then we could win. But again, this Mimikyu is just going to wall us out, because the Torterra is never going to leave the active now, because I don't have another Switch. I don't think. Again, maybe I do. But we have 9 cards left in our deck to figure out if we do or not. Yeah, I also need to hit my maximum security belt next turn to KO Gardevoir. Damn it. That actually really sucks. Because now I have to build up a bench again. Because now I won't be able to KO Gardevoir. Now they're going to be able to double Monkey Dory every turn. I'm going to deck myself out before they deck themselves out too, because I need to do a lot more searching right now. They're powering up the Gardevoir. The Gardevoir has 40 damage on it. I mean, they're just going to move it off with the Monkey Dory, right? They don't move it off the Mimikyu because they have no reason to. Drain a Brain, here's the first one. Yeah, moving off the guard. Oh yeah, they're killing my Rellor. That doesn't really matter. I mean, it kind of matters because I need as many grass types as I can to be able to KO Gardevoir. Yep, I'm dead. They do get rid of 10 damage randomly, which is weird, but whatever. Arven. They're gonna grab with Arven. Hisuian Heavy Ball. Okay. Honestly, do both of your refinements. Or did you already? They already did. They already did. That's the down arrow. Like, deck yourself out. I'd love that. They're going to withdraw the Mim... That's interesting. Miracle Force. Yeah. Zaza. Because Mimikyu's not going to be doing enough damage. That's why they're trying to get rid of... Part 1. Let's Elegant Heal. Okay, so I need to do 300 points of damage. Right now, I'm doing 150. If I add this, I do 200. Okay, let's see what we can do here. We can start with an Artisan. No, we can't. We have no more basics. Well, that means we just lose, because we don't get enough energy onto guard. Or enough damage onto guard, I should say. God, it just twists and turns every time. We just lose. We just fail. Alright. Around every corner is just a failure for us. Stoked Straw. Cool. 2 rare candies. Thanks, bud. I mean, we have no more basics left, and no more super rods. It's not like we could get basics anyway. Torterra does big 230 here. No, 190 is 260. Yeah, they KO us this turn. Yeah, we just... they were able to stall us, and we ran out of resources, unfortunately. It's like, I could have even, like, boss ordered something up and KO'd and gotten a prize card, but, again, the Gardevoir just comes in and KOs Torterra. The Mimikyu threw a big wrench in our works. It's GG. No re. Torterra can't stand up to guard. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Alright. Alright, now let's quickly, before we end the video, look at grass-type Pokemon. For a way to Mitigate Mimikyu. We're not gonna deal with that. I'll do that off screen. Edit deck. I think energy type grass just means grass type Pokemon, right? Yes. It's weird because technically there could be grass types that take colorless. But let's also show all cards in case I don't own them for some reason. Executor, no. I don't want stage 2, I want stage 1. I drop a little. So I've got your answer. Canceling grass type basics suck. They're so bad. They either need 1,000 energy or they just do 10 damage. That's the disparity between grass type basics. So yeah, canceling clone would be really helpful for this deck. Earthen vessels I think would be better, just so you can reliably that was the right word, it just didn't sound right. Search for the energies, because like yes, Hisuian Lilligant off the rip is really good. Bug Catching Set is fun, but it's not reliable. So I think Earthen Vessel being in here would be good, and I think you just drop all the supporting mons. Like, it's fun to see them. Whimsicott never got to be used. The Radiant Tsareena was enough. And if anything was doing that much damage to Torterra, then it was probably KOing it. So I think drop the Whimsicott line. Rabsca, in theory, would have been better, but we just had to use it as our attacker against Mimikyu, so it wasn't able to hang out on the bench and block the Screamtail the whole time. So I think Rabsca, there's a reason to keep Rabsca. But drop Sawsbuck. Drop the Sawsbuck. As much as it is nice to just, like, always grab the stadium if you need, I think it's just a waste of time. So drop the Sawsbuck. So yeah, if you drop Sawsbuck, drop Whimsicott. That's 4 free cards. There's 4 cards that are freed up for you. So you can put in Canceling Cologne, you can put in Earthen Vessel, you could put in another Boss's Orders, you could put in another kind of draw, maybe even another switch. Yeah, we only have 1 switch. That confirms it. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us. Maybe we'll take a look again at this deck when a new set comes out, play around with some more cards. I'll continue to update it in between then and now and then. So it can be a little bit more cohesive by the time we get new cards. But thank you guys so much for joining us today. If you enjoyed this deck, be sure to try it out by copying and pasting the deck list in the description below. Also, leave a suggestion for things you would change up in this deck to make it a little more reliable. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.